The rice revolution is yielding results. At least that's what the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria is telling us. And a display of just how well business is going was seen in a display of rice pyramids in the nation's capital. My guests explain why Abuja and not Kebbi or any of the other rice-producing states were used for the display. The Federal Capital Territory plans to increase its rice production in our focus on the nation's capital. And as usual, we give you our Abuja wrap. This is Dateline Abuja. Hello and welcome to Dateline Abuja. I am Kayla Magwa. Let's begin with a roundup of major stories from Nigeria's seat of power.
President Muhammadu Buhari received a briefing on the security situation in ZAMFARA state. After the meeting, Governor Bello Matawale told State House correspondents that the president is wading in on the security situation through some strategies which will provide succor to the people. President Buhari also met Governor Maimala Buni of Yobe State, who doubles as the chairman of the Caretaker Committee of the All Progressives Congress. The purpose of the visit was not made public. Another governor who was in the State House was Governor Abubakar Bello of Niger State. After the meeting, Governor Bello decried the continuous payment of levies to bandits by communities in the state in exchange for protection. The president also received the Senate President, Senator Ahmad Lawan. After the meeting, Senator Lawan told State House correspondents that the president never gave a directive on fuel subsidy removal.
I'm happy to inform Nigerians that Mr. President never told anyone that the petroleum subsidy should be removed. I know and I agree that the subsidy is very heavy, but I think we must never transfer the burden to the citizens. I believe that we need to look at the quoted figure of maybe 100 million liters that people claim we are consuming. Is it I'm paying either under recoveries or subsidy? Is it really 100 million liters per day? How on earth are we consuming that? We need to look at this critically and see how we can find the truth. Because I am not convinced that within the boundaries of Nigeria we are consuming 100 million liters.
The president has launched the FCT rice pyramids. In his address, he notes that the pyramids are part of his administration's commitment to achieving food security in the country.
Our gathering here today is no doubt a testament to the fact that the Anchor Borrowers program is working. I am aware that the bags of payday will be moving straight from here to rice milling plants across Nigeria, which will lead to the release of processed rice to the markets by the rice millers. The measure will aid our efforts at reducing the price of rice in Nigeria.
Within the week, President Buhari was in Gambia to witness the inauguration of President Adama Barrow for his second term in office. He was also in Kaduna State, and while in the state, he commissioned a number of projects completed by the administration of Governor Nasir El-Rufai. He also paid a courtesy visit to some traditional leaders, including the Emir of Jama and the Emir of Zazo. Professor OSINBAJO was among guests at the All Progressive Congress Women Conference. The party used the opportunity to announce the date for the National Convention, which is scheduled for February 26, 2022. Vice President Professor Yemi OSINBAJO has inaugurated an expanded partnership commitment on sustainable blue economy. The committee which he chairs is composed of state governors, several ministers, representatives of military and security agencies, and other members from the private sector. The Vice President also presided over the first Federal Executive Council meeting of the year. The Council approved contracts for various projects in the FCT, as well as flood control projects in the 6 geopolitical zones. Professor OSINBAJO also presided over the first National Economic Council meeting of the year. Discussions at the meeting focused on subnational ease of doing business, demographic transition, among others. Professor OSINBAJO also launched the Nigeria COVID-19 Action, Recovery and Economic Stimulus Program, NG CARES. Under the program, a $750 million World Bank loan will be distributed to states in 2 tranches over a 2-year period after an assessment of the success recorded following previous disbursements.
In order to ensure this successful program implementation, the federal government will provide quality assurance, monitoring, capacity building, and technical assistance to states and the FCT on project activities and results.
Welcome back. Now let's talk rice. Is all anyone can talk about these days with the unveiling of the rice pyramids in Abuja, an event so significant yet so controversial. It's drawn criticisms on the cost of logistics to make this happen in Abuja. But we'll get to that later. For now, 1 million rice paddies stacked in 15 separate pyramids adorn the Abuja International Trade Fair complex. Rice planted and harvested by small-scale farmers from across the country under the Central Bank of Nigeria's Anchor Borrowers program. Please watch this.
1 million rice paddies stacked in 15 separate pyramids adorn the Abuja International Trade Fair complex. It's one site that welcomes many visitors to the nation's capital. It's situated on one of the major exit roads in Abuja, which links the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport. Located on the grounds of the Abuja Chamber of Commerce and Industries, each of the 15 pyramids contain about 115,000 bags of 100-kilogram rice paddies. In all, it's estimated that 1 million bags of rice paddies make up all of the pyramids. The bags of rice used to form the pyramids were planted and harvested by members of the Rice Farmers Association, drawn from states across the country under the Anchor Borrowers program, an initiative of the Central Bank of Nigeria.
The Anchor Borrowers program has catalyzed the rural economy and has built a sustainable framework for financing smallholder farmers in Nigeria. The program has developed an ecosystem among all nodes of the agricultural value chain, and these linkages can be better optimized through synergy amongst all stakeholders. As at the end of December 2021, we have financed 4,489,786 smallholder farmers that cultivated 5,300,411 hectares of land across 21 commodities through 23 participating financial institutions all over the 36 states of the Federation and the FCT. We're delighted that these efforts have yielded fruit in not just increasing the availability of rice, but also in moderating prices, reducing imports, and increasing job creation in our country.
We emphasized during your campaign that you pay more attention on agriculture, and it happens. And there is no surprise at all, because everybody that knows you that if you say yes, it will remain that yes until the end of time. Mr. President, you have promised Nigerians that you will expand the scope of agriculture if you are elected. And you are elected and you fulfill the promise.
According to the CBN, ₦1 trillion has been invested in over 4.5 million rural farmers who are beneficiaries of the Anchor Borrowers program. An elated President Muhammadu Buhari hopes the initiative will engender economic diversification and reduce rice imports.
Our gathering here today is no doubt a testament to the fact that the Anchor Borrowers program is working. I am aware that the bags of paddy will be moving straight from here to rice milling plants across Nigeria, which will lead to the release of processed rice to the markets by the rice millers. The measure will aid our efforts at reducing the price of rice in Nigeria.
According to the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, the rice paddy pyramids constitute only 0.05% of what was produced under the 2020-2021 dry season. Some of the participating states include Kebbi, Jigawa, Ebonyi, Cross River State, among others.
The Anchor Borrowers Program came on stream almost immediately after you assumed office in 2015. And the central bank has been working with the Rice Farmers Association and all of our states in ensuring that we live up to that promise you made to Nigeria. And what we're witnessing here this morning is a testimony to that unalloyed commitment, that steely resolve, that passionate focus that you have given to the agricultural sector. And we must thank our rice farmers, particularly the smallholder farmers across the country, for keying into this program under the rubric of the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria.
The Central Bank of Nigeria have pumped a little under ₦1 trillion in the Anchor Borrowers Program. A lot of money. It has never been done in Nigeria's history. But when one translates that to, in dollar terms, it's under $3 billion. And what that tells us that is, compared to countries that are more prosperous than us, that have been putting $3 to $6 trillion to push their economies out of recession, we have done better with too little, with too tiny, because of transparency, because of value for money, because of the dream that the hardworking Nigerians are honest and desirous and will complement when they have been given an effort.
Today, rice cultivation in Nigeria gives you an average of 3 to 4 tons per hectare. The truth is that in advanced world, like Thailand, like Japan, you are looking between 10 and 14 tons per hectare. That is the technology. That is the digitalization that I have brought in to bring in a new technology that takes advantage of the complex monocotyledon of the rice seed, impregnating it with special cytokinase and gibberellins to give you new seeds that, when converted into seedling, will increase the yield per hectare. Mr. President, this would not have happened if you didn't have this policy trust.
In Abuja, rice is cultivated in Abuja and Gwagwalada area councils, as well as along the floodplains of River Gurara on the FCT border with Niger State. According to the FCT administration, over 20 hectares of land is used to cultivate 35.91 thousand metric tons of rice. The administration is hoping to do more for the entire value chain of rice production in the FCT.
Here in the Federal Capital Territory, we have also keyed into the agricultural policies of the federal government. And through the FADAMA 3 additional financing project, which supported hundreds of individual farmers in the cultivation of 1 hectare of rice paddies each across the FCT, leading to the injection of about 1,800 tons of rice into the FCT market.
According to the CBN, over 4.4 million farmers cultivated about 5.3 million hectares of land across 21 commodities. The FCT plans to key into this initiative to expand the agriculture business in the nation's capital.
My guests on the program are Shehu Muazu and Emmanuel Ano, the Director of Operations for the Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria and the association's Vice President for the South-South region. Why was Abuja chosen for the rice pyramids? How can you benefit from the rice revolution? Should we expect a reduction in the cost of rice? Is this program reaching actual farmers, Or have middlemen and emergency farmers usurped this as well? Mr. Muazu, Mr. Ano, welcome to Dateline Abuja.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations are in order for RIFAN. Everyone is talking about the rice revolution. Let me start with you, Mr. Muazu. How did you mobilize all that rice to come into the nation's capital to build those pyramids, seeing as the nation's capital is not exactly home to a lot of rice farming? How was that done? And how do you address some of the criticism about that particular move? Saying the president should have probably gone to the parts of Nigeria where rice is grown, like Kebbi, to have this program, as opposed to dragging bags of rice costing so much in transportation and setup to the nation's capital?
Simple, madam. You see, the rice paddy we aggregated in Abuja is paddy loan repayment from our farmers all over Nigeria. You see, the essence is to make a statement. And making a statement means a lot to a nation. This is a nation that is praying, working hard for self-sufficiency in food. So when we aggregated that party in Abuja, is to make a statement to tell Mr. President, thank you. And I think nothing is too much for you to come and tell your father of the nation, thank you for what we have done to the Nigerian farmer. That is it.
So it was as a thank you to the president. That's why Abuja was picked.
Yes.
But what about the fact of the logistics of it all, you know?
It involves a lot of logistics, but we felt we can sacrifice all those things for us to say thank you to him and to make a statement to the Nigerian people that, look, Nigerian farmers, the small stakeholder farmers, can do it. And we have done it. So this is it for you to see.
What's the sustainability plan for these pyramids?
Now, the rice farmers are resilient. The rice farmers are dedicated. The rice farmers are committed in ensuring that they are patriotic Nigerians and they continue to feed Nigerians. And because government has provided an enabling environment, an environment created by the Central Bank of Nigeria Anko Borrowers program, could provide a microcredit for the smallholder farmers. The farmers are ready to continue to go to the farms to cultivate for Nigerians. I assure you, this will be increasing. Better days are ahead.
How do you sustain these pyramids?
Our system is so...
Is it just in the hands of the farmers? Is that what you're telling us? That the farmers that will have to keep farming to produce the rice on the part of RIFAN?
On the part of RIFAN, as administration, we continue to do what we've been doing very well in terms of supervision, in terms of provision of extension services, in terms of provision of relating with the financial institution, ensuring that the microcredits are provided for the farmers to go to the farms.
Are you a rice farmer yourself?
Yeah.
So talk to us a bit about how this has impacted you as a business owner and the impact it's having, because you are the head of operations for the rice farmers all across the country. How has this particular program impacted rice farmers in the country?
You see, Kayla, it has transformed us from being mere subsistence rice farmers to commercial farmers. We now view farming, we talk of agribusiness, not farming. You see, agribusiness involves a lot of things. So many actors are involved. Some are even involved not knowing that they are involved in agriculture. You don't need to go into farm to till land and say you are in agriculture. No. Stay in your office using your digitalized service provision. You are an agribusiness actor. So what has happened, the transformation across the value chain is tremendous.
Everyone is expecting the price of rice to go down as a result of this. Can we expect that?
Yeah. Kela, we cannot be talking of Nigeria in isolation when we are talking of prices of food items. You see, Nigeria is now a global player. As the largest producer of rice in Africa and a populous nation, what happens across other countries affects us. You see, the COVID-19, one of the impacts of COVID-19 to the entire world is effect on food prices. Agricultural commodities are affected all over the globe. In fact, the Food and Agricultural Release, or recent release, shows that the prices of commodity index has gone by almost 30% on year-in, year-out basis. So Nigeria should not be in isolation. However, we and the central bank are trying very hard together with the millers to see how the prices of this will go down. That is why this rice you are seeing in the pyramids, a program has been set out whereby central bank will give out the rice to the millers at a discounted rate. The millers will mill the rice and sell it out to the market at a discounted rate. I believe that will bring down the price to a level.
So as someone who, well, we're a rice-eating nation, really.
Yeah, yeah.
When should we expect the price to go down? Give me a timeline. You're in the business. How long should this take?
You see, I don't want to be specific. I'm a mathematician by training, but I so much believe by the time the rice is being evacuated from the trade fair complex to the mills, as soon as it is being processed, the effect will be felt by the Nigerian people.
Talk to me about some of the challenges that farmers face, especially when it comes to storage of rice, especially in the south. And of course, indeed, really, across the country. What are some of those challenges that they're facing?
Well, when you talk about challenges, challenges are quite enormous. And in our country, Nigeria today, people will always say that challenges, we have to talk about the insecurity issues, we have to talk about the flood, we have to talk about the drought and other challenges. But I tell you, number one, our farmers are resilient, they're committed, they're dedicated. And this is the hallmark of success that we have among our small other farmers. Talking about the issue of storage. Storage is when you want to keep your rice and then to sell it at a later date. But we don't even encourage our people that when you harvest, you go and store. Because storage is one of the things that causes this variation in prices that we're talking about. As you harvest, the rice should be taken to the millers so that you sell it to the miller will now process it and sell. Most of our farmers already have their own small mills. As they harvest, they mill their rice and they sell. But when you talk about storage again, storage can be done, but storage is not done for such a long time. Because in this program, the program is so, done in such a way that we have about 5 cropping seasons in a year. Of course, like you see, in the northern Nigeria, where the dry season is longer, they can afford to have 2 dry seasons. In the southern Nigeria, where the wet season is longer, they can afford to have 2 wet seasons. So at every time, like every 3 months or so, we're expecting harvest from our rice farms. So we have fresh rice that is coming out to be sold in the market. So if you say you want to go and store your rice for a very long time, you end up storing and you may not be able to have much impact in it. So indeed, our purpose, our target, is to ensure that Nigerians eat fresh rice. Eat it in a way that it will impact positively in their health and also impact in their pockets.
Well, Mr. Muazu, Mr. Ano, that's all the time we have for Dateline Abuja today, but thank you very much for speaking with us on the program.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Kayla. You are great.
Thanks to my guests and to everyone who spoke to us on the program. If you're a rice farmer, go to the Rice Farmers Association office in your ward. Find out how you can be a part of this movement. It's lifting a lot of people out of poverty, and you too can watch your rice business thrive. Don't stay home and grumble. The Anchor Borrowers program was made for you, and if you do not cash in on it, other people will. That's Dateline Abuja this week. Please let us know the happenings in your neighborhood using the social media handles showing right now on your screen. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Kayla Magwa. See you next time.